Hey there, beautiful people. What's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Retro watch time, 2:23 in the morning. I'm wearing a gourmand fragrance. I'm in a good mood. I woke up late night. Whole, it's not funny, but I'm wearing Zara tobacco collection, rich, warm, and addictive. This is from back in the days. I have some amount of juice left. I just love this laboratory sort of bottle. So it's a beautiful gourmand with chunky coconut and you can say spicy tobacco. Absolutely love it. But today we're going to be talking about something similar, but dark zone, but it's not really gourmand. These are going to be leather fragrance. I do this every now and then. I sort of switch. I do some swapping, and I do sometimes, like I do not always put the same fragrances. But at this current moment, I picked up 15 fragrances, a lot of fragrances today to show, and I feel leather does really good in winter. And these are not everything. There are many other fragrances out there which I may not have. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna just go few couple of honorable mentions, then I'll hit the top 15 list. First honorable mention, I'm gonna go with this gem called Gucci Guilty Absolute, a discontinued gem. And why I call it gem is that it's one of the most gutsy and out there sort of fragrance, like love it or hate it sort of. I think this is more complex and more polarizing than something like Rasasi Shura, which I am not showing you today. So Gucci Guilty Absolute, I have massive respect for it. I cannot always wear it. Sometimes I have the mood to wear it in the winter, and it has this sort of like Savlon Dettol vibe with that vetiver and very dry leather. It's an amazing fragrance, but I have massive respect. But I'm not putting in top 15 because I'm not sure everybody will like the same. Number two is this fragrance. I do not have the original. I'm just showing you one of the similar looking bottles which is discontinued now. Unfortunately, it's called Toscano Leather by Maison Alhambra by Latafa. This is basically a clone or dupe of Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, which used to be one of my most favorite dream come true sort of fragrance. Because I started the journey in the community. I saw the hype of Tuscan Leather and I loved the name Tuscan Leather. Amazing concept, like you have a raspberry, like not raspberry, raspberry, and then leather, and very intense dark leather with that fruity note. So that smell like maybe bricks. I don't know if that's the term, but I sort of fell out of love with this DNA because I got bored of it. Sort of, maybe I have to give it a rest and I come back to it. I'm just not saying it's a bad fragrance. Just at this current moment, I do not crave for Tuscan Leather as much. I used to have a bottle, I sold it off. Okay, so these two are honorable mentions: Gucci Guilty Absolute and then Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. I'm just showing you the dupe of it. So now I'm going to show you some things I really like and maybe you should check out. Okay, I have review on each of them. Number 15, I'm going to start with a masterpiece sort of fragrance, but it's only for masculine and mature men. This is called Van Cleef and Arpels, Van Cleef and Arpels Purom. Okay, there's another fragrance, the same bottle design, which is called SAR, which is a green bottle I used to have. That one used to be more like a YSL Life Jazz kind of green. You can say rainy day fragrance. This one is here, like it's an OG. Okay, it's a straight up gangster. Okay, if you like fragrance like Antaeus, I would say it's the same vein, but way cheaper. Okay, one thing, I don't know if it's still in the market, but you take a look at the bottle. None of the modern day bottle looks like this. Okay, it's a very dark fragrance. I use it only in winter. Okay, most of this fragrance I use it in winter. Amazing. It has some animalic touch. It has vibes of Ted Lapidus Kuros there, but it's a leather perfume. Very high class, very beast mode. Van Cleef and Arpels, Purom. I write down the names. Number 14, I'm going to go with the fragrance which is sadly discontinued. I love it so much. And I think this fragrance was not, you know, like how to say, did not get the what you call the respect it deserved. Okay, I just love this line of Ferrari, and you guys know what's coming up. Absolutely love this fragrance bottle, juice color. This is called Ferrari's Leather Essence, and this is one of the most beautiful looking bottles. Take a look at this. Is real leather stitching, beautiful. It's like stands out in the crowd. Okay, take a look at the juice color. This is something is very wearable. Even the juice color is like that, but it's very wearable. I just love it. It's very hard to find now. Prices have gone high. It was like 75 bucks when it came out. Now I think it's $100 plus. So good luck finding it. But I think, okay, no, what did I do? Should have put the bottle right there. Today I am a little bit messy. Okay, so that's number 15, Ferrari's Leather Essence. Number 14, check out my review on that one. Amazing fragrance too. Number 13, let's show a Dunhill, which is discontinued also. This is a beautiful fragrance. This is Dunhill for Dunhill by Alfred Dunhill for men. So there are two fragrances like this. I think Dunhill Pure and this one. Okay, so it has this kind of like a curved bottle, looks like, I always call it the Vegas casino sort of a bottle. Just the look at the atomizer is unique. Okay, so nowadays you won't find it, it's very expensive. This has to be one of the most underappreciated fragrances, like people never tried. If you find it somewhere, get it. $35, $45, whatever it costs you, get it, because it's so nice. It has leather accord. All these fragrances have leather accord, but this is more like a fresh, sweet. And the opening is not really all the way leather, but it turns out to be a leather fragrance, which is fresh. Definitely a good fragrance for mature men. So next one is number 12. I'm gonna go with the Decant nude fragrance. Oh my god, how many? I have already 4. This is gonna be Thierry Mugler, Pure Respect. And this fragrance I got like few years back, and I wear it also just in winter. This called Pure Leather, or Cuir, I don't know how to say, Cuir. So this perfume is the darkest from this line, Thierry Mugler line. Man, everything Thierry Mugler Angel Man got to be the darkest fragrance, like one of them anyway. A roasted coffee, patchouli, tar. This one doesn't have so much of that, but people say this fragrance is very similar to Amen. I will tell you, keep wearing them side by side, then you'll see how much more complex this one is, and it's even so much more darker and serious. It's a gothic fragrance for me. You know, it's like one of those fragrances you just wear, and it's like Thierry Mugler's like how to say, upper class line, you can say. Thierry Mugler Pure Leather, love that fragrance. Okay, so number 11, I'm gonna go. This is the reason where I got this idea today. Okay, this perfume, I had it before, sold it. I used to have the Supreme Oud, Supreme Leather as well. Okay, so I got it few days back. I got it back in the collection because it's discontinued now, getting very hard to find and very expensive. Okay, so this line, there are other ones like Amber, I think maybe 2 or 3 more. I just reviewed this one and Supreme Oud. Both of them are fantastic. I love the Oud more. I hope I can find it at a decent price. I'll buy it again. But leather, this one has saffron, leather, a little bit of amber, and I think it's really nice, man. The combination of these 3 notes, the leather is there. It's like, it's kind of like a suede leather, like a brown leather, but the saffron, okay, and then kind of like a fruity vibe, and that amber makes it very wearable, very beautiful. Supreme Leather by Ralph Lauren. This is higher, like a higher class lining, Polo. So top 10. Man, so many memories with this one. I just had to bring it out today. This is the blend line of Davidoff. I have a little bit of juice left. I hope I can find another bottle. Okay, this is called Leather Blend. Man, amber, leather, wood, and I think one more blend I had. I think, what was that blend? The man, I have to get that bottle. Hold on. Agar blend. Okay, yeah, this is the one I could not remember. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, I had to get up and get the bottle. So this is the one that is that fragrance that I think made Davidoff, like, it earned my extra respect from this line. It's thanks to our fragrance reviewers who talked about this line, especially Mark. I got this line for Mark, man. This fragrance, if you do not have it, if you never tried it, at least try to find a Decant or something, because these are kind of fragrances you don't want to miss out. If this fragrance was sold under, let's say, something like Tom Ford, it would pick up 300, 400 bucks. That posh smelling. Leather Blend by Davidoff, extremely long lasting. Now, number 9, I'm gonna go with this one, Guerlain Low Medial, and this is the EDT. So they do have about 7 or 8, I think, in the line. Sport, Cologne, this and that, EDP, and then Extreme. I love some of them. Some of them are okay. This did not impress me so much at first. You know, I wore it. It's kind of like sweet. It has kind of like a modern, kind of like, you know what Dior does, Dior Intense does. This one did. It has this kind of like a warmth of it, and then kind of gourmand, sweet, very sexy kind of a fragrance. But I felt it was not a beast mode fragrance. That's why I never fell in love with it. But I just realized one thing: if you give time, you know, this is the older batch as well. If you give time to a fragrance, it grows on you. This has a very subtle and sexy leather note, which I really like. It's one of the nice fragrance to wear in evening time. Guerlain Low Medial, EDT. Next one of my signature scents, easily Dunhill's Icon. So some of you be like, oh, this bottle looks different than the rest of them. Yes, it does, because it's kind of silver. And this is not really leather dominant perfume, okay? This is more like neroli, a little bit of peppery cake, vetiver, leather, you know. It has, I think, one more note. I forgot, neroli, some spices, vetiver, yeah, I don't remember all the notes. But then leather, okay? This is the base, you know, the leather is the base of this fragrance. It's like a fresh leather fragrance, you can say, and very masculine, very long lasting. I think Dunhill This and the previous one, Dunhill by Alfred Dunhill, both are great, but this is a masterpiece. Okay, definitely give it a try if you don't have it. Dunhill's Icon. Now number 7. Number 7 is gonna be Mancera Black Gold. This one always made top 5 of people's list who love Mancera. Great reviewers talk about it. I also once put it, I think, in top 1 or top 2, like Mancera ever. This is a fresh leather note, and I think there is also some sort of fresh notes, floral. This fragrance has so much uniqueness. There's nothing that smells like this in my collection, and it's very beast mode too. You can wear this in summer as well, but put less. Okay, so Black Gold, one of the best fresh leather fragrance ever. Number 6 is gonna break your heart, but today this is how it is. Stronger With You, leather by Emporio Armani. I ordered the amber, but I couldn't get it. Okay, I'm so sad about that. But then I did try the original. Okay, the freeze, absolutely intensely. This one, oud. So I am familiar with this line. So I know. I'll tell you one thing. Such a good line, such a good fragrance. Really expensive, but if you have the cash, you can definitely get these fragrances. Man, this is so much more than just a leather perfume. This one has everything going for it. It's like on the more modern masterpiece. Really the best from the line. Absolutely long lasting. Give it a try. If you see it somewhere, give it a try. The leather in this is very wearable and sweet, and it's one of the best clubbing fragrances for me. Okay, so top 5. We're gonna go my favorites. Okay, what are the top favorites for me? These are some of the absolute favorites for me. You know, I wore them, so personal sentiments. I'm gonna go number 5, Bvlgari Man In Black. You can say, man, this is a tobacco, you know, like the tuberose and, you know, like some pepper. Where is the leather in there? I detect leather from this. Okay, it's like I wear this with leather bells. If you wear leather watches, it gives it a feel, you know. I'm like, maybe I'm smelling leather. Okay, perhaps there is leather, perhaps not. Maybe the spices make me think of it, but I feel this one has a leather accord somewhere, and if you wear it with a leather boot or something, you'll see how it complements on the best masculine fragrances ever made. Bvlgari Man In Black. This is a special edition, by the way. Number 4, we definitely have to have Bentley For Men Intense, one of the best leather perfumes ever. Booze, leather, sandalwood. This is so piercing. If you put more than 2 to 3 sprays, people are gonna be, you know, uncomfortable in, especially in high heat. Just a stunning perfume. Money in the bank. One of the most luxurious smelling Bentley fragrances ever. Definitely check out my review on it. Top 3. This is just for the love of the fragrance, nothing to do with what is the best ever top seller. This is not perhaps the top seller, but I love it. For the leather accord, this is called Men Prive. Those who love it, they know the whiskey note, sweet. This fragrance in the first 1 hour and a half. This is a vintage formulation, by the way. I also have a new bottle. If you wear this in winter, first 1.5 hour, you can win anybody with it. Especially if you're going for initially like a date. Like let's say you're going to go for first date, okay? And then you're wearing this with a leather jacket. If she's a younger girl, like a younger lady, she's going to love it. It's one of the favorites in Bangladesh for me. I got compliments on this. This one, nowadays nobody talks about it, but I think I like it more than CH Men. Okay, so very sexy fragrance, CH Men Prive. So top 2. Top 2 is discontinued fragrance. Number 2 is Valentino Uomo Intense. No Dior Intense, because I find there is like more iris play in there over leather. So I think this is more dark leather. They put that layer on top of it. So initial days, I could not make up my mind, this or Dior Intense. I used to love them both. I used to wear them equally, right? I have decent amount of juice left in there, maybe about 20 or 30 ml. But the new formulation, I haven't tried the intense version. I did have Valentino Uomo new version, but I think the older version is gonna be really good. Really sexy fragrance, man. It's just stunning. It's like the top 5 you must have in your collection. Okay, and leads me to number 1. I'm gonna surprise you a little bit. You were waiting perhaps for something very familiar or, you know, something very obvious, but no, I made this fragrance number 1 because I love it. If you know this perfume, okay, Paco 1 million. This one has a leather accord, also has kind of like fruity notes, bubble gum, you know, blood orange and all that. This one is known for its leather accord, but I think more intensified version is the one that is the OG. 1 million absolutely gold. I have reviewed everything from this line except the latest one. I'll review it if I find it. It's the one that painted gold inside. It's very hard to find, very expensive. I got a partial from my friend, and this fragrance is immortal. If you ask me what lasts longer than Dior Parfum, this one. I compared this with DHP one time because I feel these fragrances are so good. I mean, this one was a genuine masterpiece. which people did not understand. Winter time, if you want to get compliments, this one also has oud, I think, a little bit, but it's so strong, so potent. I think it's the most most beast mode fragrance in this whole list today. Okay, so check that out. So these are my 15 leather-based perfume that I want to show you. And do let me know which ones are your favorite. I am sorry if I could not show you any niche fragrances because nowadays I don't buy that many expensive niche perfumes. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.